Yeah. We a little late, but we was almost on time. But something happened at the last minute that made us a little late. It be like that sometimes, y'all. But you know what? I'm not always on time, but I'm here. Let's start the show. Yeah. This is another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. This is episode 231. It's going down, man. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, the Southside Savior. That's what they've been calling me in the streets. You know, it's like that. And but I'm not alone, man. I'm not alone. I'm also here with the beast from the Middle East, Nima. What
Super excited. 231. Let's go.
We're excited to have you. If that weren't enough, we also got my Novia, you know what I'm saying, my girlfriend. She in the other room, man, in the chat. She monitoring the chat, making sure that no haters come in here talking crazy. She gonna block them. She gonna kick him out. You know what I'm saying? She also gonna be reading all your super chats, right? So if you want a big booty Latina to acknowledge you in any capacity, you gotta leave a super chat. She's sitting on that fat ass right now. Yep. Keeping it warm for me. Oh shit, man. Yo, we got a lot we want to cover today, man. We're gonna cover a lot of things, man. We're gonna talk about some fitness stuff today. Yeah. So usually we only talk about money stuff, but a lot of times we talk about fitness stuff. It's money, muscle, and mindset. So we can talk about some fitness stuff. I know a lot of y'all ask me, man, should I bulk or cut? I'm gonna let you know which one you should do. Should you bulk or cut, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break it down for you straight up. Easy way to tell if you bulk or cut. We also going to talk about some habits, some high performing habits, some extreme habits of the rich people, of ballers, shot callers, entrepreneurs, shit of that nature. Right? We're going to get the market update. We're going to talk about what you should have been investing in. Had you been listening to us, you would have caught gold all-time highs like we have been saying for weeks. Buy gold. And it hits all-time highs. You ain't been listening. You missed that shit. You missed the money. Don't worry. It's more money where that came from. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get young Candlestick in here to talk about that. Yo, you heard me? I remember once, before we get started, a little story time. So when I was real young, my mom had to work on the weekends, you know, because we was poor. We grew up in a black ghetto, and mom had to work on the weekends, right? She ain't getting no days off like that. And my dad had to work on the weekends too, but he was trying to, you know, he was working on starting his own business, man. So I used to be at his office with him, with G.I. Joes and a Game Boy, you know what I'm saying, while he was getting work done. And once I was in there with some G.I. Joes or some shit, and he was having a meeting at the table. I'm in the room, I'm just at the desk, G.I. Joe, and he was talking to some white man. And I look at him, I said, hey, are you wearing a wig? I was real little. And this dude turned red as my shirt. And he said, yeah. And I see my dad trying not to laugh. But that really happened. That's one of my core memories. And the moral of the story is, don't fake it. Don't do nothing fake, man, because if people tell, it's more embarrassing than if they just knew the truth. Like the fact that you was faking it made this shit worse. So here's the thing. I hear a lot of people say, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. No. That's not what you need to do in life. You got to do it till you prove it. Right? You got to do it till you prove it. So you can't be out here pretending to be shit. You got to be out here being shit. And then what will happen is you will have done it so much that it's the truth. You get what I'm saying? Like if somebody says they're a fitness enthusiast, right? You know what I'm saying? You can't fake that, right? I guess you can. You can pretend to, right? But once you've done it so long, it's true, right? Because we are by definition what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say something, but you don't do the thing you say you are, then it's fake, right? Like if I say I'm an astronaut, but I don't never get in a rocket, get blasted off to space, then it's bullshit, right? It's bullshit. If I say that, you know what I'm saying, I'm an entrepreneur, but I ain't doing no business, then it's fake. You know, don't fake it till you make it. Do it till you prove it. And you got to prove it to yourself. And that's one of the reasons why tracking is so important. You want to be tracking what you do, right? Because that's going to give you a track record, right? And it give you more confidence. People ask me, how do I become more confident? You can't just act confident. You can't pretend to be confident, right? You got to have a reason to be confident, because the reason you're not confident is because you probably have a good reason not to be confident, because you've been doing bitch nigga shit for so long. That's who you are. Right? Yeah, straight up. You know, I never met nobody doing fucking dope shit all the time who lacked confidence. The confidence doesn't come first. You know, all this, you got to act confident. You can't just be confident, right? The confidence comes from competence. If you get good at something, right, then you got a reason to be confident. You're not bullshitting yourself. That's why I'm not a big fan of affirmations or none of that other shit. It's like, if you really want to train your brain to think a certain way, you got to do shit a certain way, right? So you don't need confidence to do what you say you're going to do every day. You just need to do those things, even if you're unconfident, and repeated exposure to that will make you confident. Does that make sense? So that's why you want to start tracking shit, so you have a track record. You know, I got a free resource called the Victory Vision Planner. Link is in the description, where you can actually start tracking your habits. What's going to happen is, once you have a track record, you look at it, damn, I did this shit every day. Then you're going to start to believe in yourself more, right? You're going to be like, oh shit, I'm keeping the promises that I make to myself, right? Because think about it, a lot of y'all not confident because y'all breaking promises that you make to yourself all the time. You know, you say you're going to work out, you say you're going to work on the business, you say you're going to read, you're going to say you're going to study, you say you're going to learn this or that, right? And then instead you just goon. You just goon multiple times a day. That's all you do. You know what I'm saying? You goon and play video games, man. Sometimes simultaneously. I know you nasty motherfuckers. You be having both joysticks in your hand. Some of y'all in the goon squad, right? And you only do that, right? Or some other bullshit, some other form of nefarious bullshit. And you keep breaking these promises you make to yourself. That's why you're not confident, bro. Because you ain't gave yourself a reason to be confident. Imagine if I said I was, if somebody you love, someone you cared about, said that they want to do something for you all the time. They kept saying they're going to do this thing for you, and they kept like forgetting or just not doing it, or blowing you off and doing something else instead. After a while, you wouldn't have much confidence in them, right? You shouldn't. You wouldn't have a reason to. That person is you, nigga. That motherfucker is you. Right. But once you start doing that shit, once you start keeping the promises you make to yourself day in, day out, and you've done it on a consistent basis, then you'll have confidence in yourself. Right. And then you'll, even if it's small things, then you'll start doing bigger things. Right. Because now you have more? You have more confidence. You've built a track record. Right. So make sure you download that Victory Vision track. Make sure you download that Victory Vision Planner. Start tracking your progress on your goals. You can set up your own habits. Start tracking your progress on these things. And I swear, man, after a month of that, if you actually if you actually do the thing, just track it, and you have a track record of success, you'll be way more confident in a month than you are now. You'll start to really believe in yourself. Right? I just want to put that out there, man. Start with some game, some knowledge. Hey, we got 2 sponsors for this show. All right. Sponsor number 1. One of the reasons I had to give y'all some game because I had to let my iPad charge. I don't have confidence in this thing because it's only on 6%. Don't matter how many affirmations I say, this shit don't charge up. I ain't gonna be able to do the show. All right. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, 2 sponsors. The first sponsor is me, right? I got a free ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training. It's gonna show you exactly how to grow your online fitness business, even if you don't have a big following, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience, right? I made my first $1 million online training, and I've taught over 15,000 people how to become online trainers. All right, motherfuckers from all walks of life, big, small, tall, black, white, Jamaican, motherfucking Indians, Chinese people, everyone, people all over the earth except for Antarctica. I never had a student in Antarctica yet. All right, we're waiting on them. We've been running ads in Antarctica. I'll be honest with you. But no, we've helped people in every continent, and I'm gonna help you too for free. Download that book. It's legit. All right, the second sponsor is, long time ago, me and Nima started working on something. We've been keeping it under wraps, not telling anyone about it. But I think it's time we break the news to them. I think it's time we share this with them. I think it's so. Sometimes time we unveil this. Are you ready? The secret project we've been working on is called Thought Repellent. Right? So this is the easy to apply spray to keep the hoes away. Because once you start balling and shot calling and you're in great shape, what's going to happen is bitches are going to be all over you. Right? You won't get bitches. You won't need Riz. You won't need game. None of that shit. Bitches will be like, oh man, this guy's in shape and he's fucking rich and he's a G. You'll be you'll be fucking Prince Charming. Right? And you won't have to worry about gold diggers like that because only ugly, fat motherfuckers have to worry about gold diggers. If you fat and rich, yeah, that bitch fucking you for the money, for sure. You gross, right? But if you in shape, she'd fuck you for free. But you being rich, it just takes it to a whole nother level, right? So they all gonna be on you. Some of them are going to be not good women, though. Some of them are going to be thoughts, hoes, skanks, sluts. Thought repellent repels them all. Skanks, hoes, sluts, skeezers, scallywags, Jezebels, and hood rats. Right? It's genetically engineered. Right? To only affect the DNA of those women, but regular women would think you're fantastic. They'll be like, man, you smell great. All right. So it's not ready yet. Okay. It's almost ready. Right. So we had our initial investors. We had some angel investors from Israel. They ran our first round of funding, and they a little busy right now. They tied up in some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting developed in Iran. See, I was trying to get them to work together. I was trying to broker peace between the nations. We thought the thought repellent would bring them together, and it was working until some other shit happened. You know what I'm saying? So Nima's from Iran. He went there and he's been working with the Iranian scientists to get this done. And it was funded by Israel. I thought this was going to be like bring everyone together. But unfortunately, big surprise. Unfortunately, our Israeli connect said they can't, they busy, right? So we need to get this out of the rest of this out of Iran's, right? But the tariffs and shit. So it costs a little bit more. All right, all your super chats go towards funding for this because of the tariffs, right? All your super chats go towards funding for thought repellent so we can get this in America into the public. All right, all your super chats, because like if we can get enough super chats, we can get this here in like 2 weeks. Our Israeli Connect said that we're about that our Israeli connects said that our Iranian scientists are about 2 weeks away from us being able to drop this bomb. All right. About 2 weeks away. All right. But we need your help. All your super chat go towards development of thyroid repellent so we can import it from Iran here. But, terrorists and shit, Anyway, I think a hero has already contributed to the fund. Let's acknowledge this hero. This is why women get paid less. Right here. In this case, nothing. There's no super chat, or there is a super chat? Yeah, I saw it. Someone said there's a super chat. It says it on my screen. Maybe there wasn't one. All right. Oh, there we go.
We have one, but this is from the last episode on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Leo said, my bad, I was taking a picture of the sunset. It looks gorge. Leo says, I'm heading down to Latin America soon. How many thought repellents I need to order?
Yeah. Depends on where in Latin America you're going. If you're going to Colombia, you need to bathe in this shit. Right? Because there's a lot of, listen, I don't know if you know this. There's a lot of prostitution in Colombia. Right? And you might not even know you with a hooker. Ay, papicito. Makes you know she drugging you. You know what I'm saying? It's stealing your watch. That should be happening. So you might need to bathe in this shit down there, Yeah, if you go to Puerto Rico or Puerto Rico, yeah, mi gente mucho peligroso. I don't know. My girl is from Latin America descent. She's from Latin American descent, right? She was born in the east side the east side. Every time I say it, I throw up a little bit in my mouth. The east side of New York. But she, you know what I'm saying? She from Latin America. How much thought repellent do you think he needs?
There's nothing wrong with the east side whatsoever. The east side is amazing. You got Soho on the east side. You got 34th Street more on the east side than the west side.
34th Street goes across the whole borough. Y'all trying to claim?
I just said it's more on the east side than the west side.
Anywho,
how much thought repellent you need?
I think it's like literally half of 34th Street.
No, it's not. This is not about 34th Street. This is about Leo. And it depends on how he looks.
Oh, go on.
Because it's like, if you ugly, do you need thought repellent?
It depends, man. You know what I'm saying? Mi gente gusta dinero. See?
I mean,
right?
He does send a lot of money there for it.
Yeah, listen, he got some bread. He got that little, he was able to pay for that Ninja Turtle artistry on his shit,
How many ounces is that bottle?
This one, man, this is like a 16 ounce. It's like a 16 ounce thought repellent.
We're gonna go with that 16.9. It's looking like a liquid.
He needs at least one of these per day.
But it's the thing, he has to check a bag.
Yeah. And then if he's going to Latin America, his bag's gonna get stolen.
No, if you put the tracker, if you put the air tag in it, that's what I do.
That don't mean they won't steal it and throw the air tag away. That's what I would do if I was out here stealing luggage.
You didn't even know you had an air tag in yours.
Yes, I did, because remember it was going off.
Weeks later.
I thought somebody was tracking me, so I threw that shit in the trash. I thought the motherfucking haters was tracking me down. I thought Tim Cook was on my ass. Pause.
That tracker was there since February. You didn't notice until like June. Anywho.
Yo, man, somebody was about to die.
And
it wasn't gonna be me.
Anywho, if he gets to 16.9 and he does, let's say he does check a bag, I would say 3 minimum. If he gets the travel size, then I want to say get at least like 18.
a little 18 of the travel side, because those are going to come out soon. Listen, man, Leo, don't check a bag going to Latin America, man. They're like, ay, me no say, and it's just gone. Your AirTag gonna get destroyed. Miente mucho peligroso. See. People like to steal. Anyway, let's get into it. Listen, a lot of you guys want to know if you should bulk or if you should cut. Let's talk about it. You fat and skinny simultaneously. That's why you're watching this video. I'm not clicking on videos on should I bulk or cut. I know what's up, and I'm gonna show you what's up, right? Because the reason I know you fat and skinny is because people always want to know, should you bulk or cut? And people who are asking that are typically skinny fat. They ain't got enough muscle to look like a real man, but they're not lean enough to not look like a bitch. You probably got a real Bart Simpson swag. You out here looking like a South Park character. All right. So here's how you know if you bulk and cut. Here's how you know if you should bulk or cut. Here's how you know. And I'm going to show you how to do both in this video. But here's how you know. Well, I'm going to show you how to bulk and cut in this video. Here's how you know if you should bulk or cut. If you're asking that question, you should cut. You should cut. Here's why. Most guys, a lot of guys think they need the bulk, but they would look way better if they just cut. Right? You look way better leaner than you do fatter. And if you put some fat on, let's say you already a little too fat, right? And then you put some muscle on underneath the fat, it won't look at it as impressive. But if you cut first, you will look amazing. Let me give you some examples. Zac Efron in Baywatch. This motherfucker is about 5'10", little fella. And in Baywatch, he was 165. This is how he looked, right? 165. Little fella. Right? But he was super ripped. He got a Tropic Thunder. He got a Tropic Thunder tan. But yo, he looked super ripped. But yo, man, he was fucking small as hell. 50 pounds heavier than my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at Michael B. Jordan in Creed, right? Dude looked jacked, right? Michael B. Jordan is 6 foot tall, and in Creed, he was 175. Let me show you. Look at this motherfucker, man. He looked like he's in great shape, man, but he is, right? But he was small, man, little fella, But you look way better when you cut. I'm gonna give you another example. Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. One of my favorite movies. This dude, hold on, let me put it into Google. Man, my Google is gonna look insane after looking up all these hot guys. my search results are gonna be insane after it. But yeah, this Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. Dude was small. Dude was about, Daniel Craig's 5'10", 5'11", 5'10", and he was 175 in Casino Royale. Chris Hemsworth, Thor, in the first Thor. He was 6'2", he's 6'3", and he was 183 in the first one, right? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, in the first Thor, man, he wasn't like huge, right? You need to get lean, guys. You need to get lean. I'll give you some more examples. Oh, Henry Cavill, the old Superman. He's about 6'1", and then he was in a movie years ago called Immortals, and he was 170. Check this shit out. Oh. Yeah, dude was only 170. Right? You don't need to get as big as you think you do. You don't need to get as big as you think you do. You need to cut first. And if you cut first and then put on 5 pounds, it's going to look way more impressive than if you fat and then put on 5 pounds. Give you another example. No, I think that's enough. That's another example, right? So the thing is, if you're skinny fat, you cut first. And there's another good reason to cut first. One, cutting is, you can cut faster than you can bulk, right? Because fat loss biologically is a way easier process than muscle growth, right? Muscle growth, the muscle fibers got to tear down and then grow back. The muscle cells have to grow and divide and multiply. Fat cells only have to shrink, right? So you can lose fat way faster than you can put on muscle. So we need to cut first. We need to cut first because that way you can get a quick win, right? You can immediately start looking better. Now you're not skinny fat. You picked a struggle, right? You went from skinny fat to actually ripped, right? Then you can put on some muscle, and we'll go into it as well. So I feel like I've made a compelling argument about cutting first. How do you do it? Well, it depends on how ripped you want to get. It depends on how hard you want to go. I suggest you take your body weight in pounds, multiply that by 10. This is an aggressive cut, right? Multiply that by 10. Now, this is only if you're like skinny fat. If you're fat, obese, you got another protocol. You shouldn't be watching this video. You just need to cut, right? You about to die. It won't be long. You fucking with your lifespan being all obese. I got other videos for your fat ass, but this is for regular fat, skinny fat guys, you know? Take your body weight in pounds, multiply that by 10. That's how many calories you need to get each day, right? And don't get 1 calorie over that. Now, you may be thinking, oh man, I got to track calories. I'm a bitch. I don't want to fucking, that's too hard for me. I'm a bitch ass nigga. That's how I got this weight, man. Listen, tracking your calories is not that difficult. It's really, you're just putting numbers in the phone. If you've done high school algebra, that's more difficult than tracking the calories because you ain't even got to add shit up. You ain't even got to do no arithmetic, right? You just pumping numbers in the phone, and then it's over, you know? But if you insist on being a bitch, I'm going to show you a way where you can cut without counting calories. Those of you who are tough enough to count your calories, body weight in pounds times 10, make sure you get at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This will help you retain the little muscle you have while you cutting. Some people, now I know you said, man, but Jeff Nippert or someone else told me I only need 0.7, 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Listen, they're right. And I ain't going to argue science with Jeff Nippert. That's all he do. Science shit. But in the studies that he referenced, you got to remember that those studies were done in like perfect conditions, right? We don't live in perfect conditions. In fact, the FDA allows food labels to be off by 20% in either direction, right? So in order to mitigate the possibility of us accidentally getting not enough protein because food labels are allowed to be off, we're just going to overshoot it a little bit. 1 gram, that makes up for the 20%, right? The 20% inaccuracy that may occur, right? And if you get too much protein, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing happens. You'll be all right, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. All right. 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. Now, what you do with the other macronutrients, carbohydrates and fats, whatever you want. Me, I like high fat, low carbs. I feel better. I look better. People say I look younger since I've been on keto. My skin cleared up. Flawless. Keto, the studies show that keto actually boosts your immune system. When they put animals on keto, they live longer, healthier lives. A lot of cancer researchers are putting people on keto because cancer cells can't live without glucose and they can't run off ketones. But if you love carbohydrates, like maybe say you're Asian or Latino and you fucking love rice, then go for it, man. It doesn't matter. As long as your protein and your carbohydrates are in check, you're going to be all right. Okay. Now, what if you a real bitch and you don't want to track your calories? I got something for your bitch ass too. This is what you're going to do. You're only going to eat meat and green leafy vegetables. That's it. Meat, eggs, and green leafy vegetables, right? So what does that look like? What does that look like? That means you eating shit like steak, all right? You can eat you some chicken. I'd advise against chicken breasts just because they're gross, not because they're bad for you. Chicken breasts are for women. Everybody knows that. You can eat you some lamb. You can eat you some motherfucking turkey. You can eat a goat, right? It's just as long as it's meat. I'll allow dairy and eggs, right? That's your meat section, right? And then with vegetables, it's got to be green leafy vegetables. So we're talking about spinach. We're talking about kale. We're talking about lettuce. All right. We're talking about collard greens, which is my preferred green leafy vegetable. Mustard greens, any kind of greens you want, right? You can throw in some stuff like asparagus and broccoli. That's cool too. It doesn't necessarily, that's the only like exception shit, but those are fine. What you're not going to eat is fruit. So you motherfuckers are going to ask, man, I can't eat fruit. Yo, shut the fuck up, man. You don't eat that much fruit anyway. Like, I'm the only person I know who eats fruit every day, like every day, because I eat a bowl of berries at breakfast. My big titty girlfriend serves that to me. You can eat berries on keto. That's like one of the only fruits you can eat, but you can't because you're not tracking calories, right? So you're not going to eat no berries. You're not going to eat no fruit. And it's okay because you're going to get enough nutrients from the green leafy vegetables. You're going to get enough fiber, but you don't need that extra fructose, right? You got to pick a struggle, man. You don't want to fucking track calories, then fuck it. Then this is what you do. All right. Now, so one of you motherfuckers is thinking, man, but yo, what about bananas? Can I eat a cantaloupe? How about a kiwi? No, nigga, you can't have no fruit. No, nothing in the fruit family. All right. You're only going to eat meat and green leafy vegetables. And that's it. Now, the reason that works is because that stuff is not very calorie dense, right? If you eat starchy carbohydrates and fruit, those tend to be a lot more calorie dense. So if you abstain from those for a brief period of time, what's going to happen is you're going to be inadvertently be in a caloric deficit, meaning you'll be burning more calories than you consume, right? But don't come to me saying this doesn't work and your ass was eating honeydew and your ass was eating honeydew and mangoes every day thinking you following the diet. That ain't for you, fat boy. All right. What about cheat days? No, nigga, you don't get a cheat day. You skinny fat, right? You got to earn a cheat day. Once you skinny, then you can do that shit. That's what you're going to do. Right. If you don't want to track calories, and that shit works. Every time I've been a trainer for a long time. And a lot of time I would get some bitch ass motherfuckers who like didn't want to track their calories. Oh, I'm too busy. It's too hard. It's like, whatever, dork. Here, just do this instead. And all of them weight just started to fall off. Just fall off them. And what's going to happen is your skin to clear up any skin issues you have, because you're not getting any because all those foods are anti-inflammatory, right? You're not going to get any inflammation from that shit. Your skin to clear up, probably end up having more energy, but you can eat as much vegetables as you want, as much meat as you want, pause. Right? And you're going to be in great shape. All right. That's the diet. Now, what about the exercise? Ejercicio. All right. Here's what I recommend. I recommend you get yourself some sort of fitness tracker, right? You can get yourself an Apple Watch, a Whoop, or Oura Ring, or Fitbit. I'd advise against a Samsung watch, not because it's not good technology, but it's probably one of the dorkiest things you can put on your body. I've never met a woman who's had sexual intercourse with a man wearing the Samsung watch. I don't think it happens. I don't think there's been any like documented cases of a man having vaginal sex with a woman, a human woman, to make that distinction. Somebody's gonna be like, oh, I know a nigga who fucked a goat. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That checks out. If he's wearing a Samsung watch, what options does he have? But a human adult woman, that shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening. However, Samsung watch works really well if in fact you are taking a vow of celibacy. Maybe if you're doing monk mode, right? Because you probably don't have friends if you chose to buy a Samsung watch anyway. So like monk mode would be that'd be a good use case for that technology. All right. Celibacy, abstinence. Like if I was a nun, I'd get a Samsung watch. Yeah. Because I don't want to accidentally fall into some pussy. But if you're wearing a Samsung watch, can't happen. Can't happen. Even if you try. All right. I'm open to change my position on that if Samsung pays me to. But until further notice, Samsung watches suck. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to what we're talking about. All right. Once you have your fitness tracker that's not a Samsung watch, then you want to see how many you want to set a goal for calories you burn each day. Right? So you want to your maintenance calories is typically about your body weight times 15, give or take a little bit. Right? That's maintenance calories, right? Body weight 12, 15 depends, right? You want to burn significantly more than that. Maybe it shoot for 1,000 or 2,000 calories above that, right? So that means you're going to have to start exercising more, right? You're going to have to move more. You're going to doing more cardio. You're going to be lifting weights, obviously, right? You can do full body workout. That's my preferred method. Full body workout 3 to 4 times a week. Full body workout 3 to 4 times a week. Pick 1 or 2 exercises per body weight. Per body part. All right. When you're doing that workout, start with the biggest muscles first. Right. So that's legs. The glutes are the biggest muscle in the body. Right. So you start with some squats or something like that. Right. So you're working your legs. Then you do chest and back. You can superset chest and back to take time, to save time. Right. So like bench press and rows, bench press and pull up, something like that. Then you want to move on to the deltoids, right? Overhead press, you're doing handstand push-ups as me, And then you can do some for arms, right? You can superset arms, bicep and triceps in order to save time. And do that, pick 1 or 2 exercises per body part, 3 to 4 times a week. If you're doing 4 times a week, you can probably get away with 1 exercise per body part, right? And then as far as and as far as cardio is concerned, if I was you, I would do some sort of cardiovascular activity. Maybe like the days you don't work out, do like an hour of steady state cardio, right? Steady state cardio. So this is walking. You can walk on the incline, or you can walk outside or something, but walk on the incline. That's really good. You can do the elliptical. You know what I'm saying? This thing, right? Or you can even get on the escalator machine. We call it the escalator machine now because I like that name. I know you guys are used to call it the Stairmaster. I want to start spreading that, the escalator machine. I think that's a better name, or at least it makes me smile when I say it. Sometimes it's the little things. Sometimes the little things you got to find joy in, right? So you can get on the escalator machine for about an hour, right? The days that you don't lift weights. The days you do lift weights, do it for like 20, 30 minutes, right? Now, now that still may not get an extra 1 to 2,000. That still may not burn the extra 1 to 2,000 calories a day within itself. So what you want to do is find ways throughout the day to burn more calories. And it's called, when you get cardio like that, it's called NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis, meaning basically you're burning calories in a way where you're burning calories throughout the day as opposed to just a dedicated exercise session, right? So this is stuff like, instead of driving somewhere, if it's walking distance, you walk, right? Instead of taking the elevator, you take the stairs, right? Instead of just watching Love Island with your girlfriend, instead, man, you make her watch that shit on her own time, and y'all go for a walk or something, right? If y'all go on a date, man, you walk to the movies instead of go, right? Park, instead of driving around trying to find a parking spot that's closest to the entrance, park far from the entrance, right? In this way, just find ways throughout the day to get more cardio. If you got some kids is a great way to get cardio, because kids like to have fun and jump around and shit, but you don't want to be one of the fat dads who take the kids to the trampoline or the playground and just watch them motherfuckers play. Nah, man, you start playing with them, start getting it in. You know, don't be the fat dad. Run around with them and just know you burning calories, right? If I'm wearing my Apple Watch with my son, I hit the exercise shit, turn it on, and then I'm playing the internal game. How many calories can I burn at this trampoline park? So I get on I start jumping around with them. I get on the dodgeball court with them. I start fucking them kids up, man. Boom. While this fat dad sitting there, fuck you gonna do? Nothing. Bam. Hit that kid in the head. Teach the kids about life, man. Life comes at you fast. Life comes. Who gonna do something? I'll get some more cardio beating your dad's ass. Me and my son jump on his fucking scooters. You know what I'm saying? He got a little scooter. I got one. I keep it in this closet. Hey, yo, nah, we ain't fucking with roadblocks right now, nigga. Grab the scooters. We out. We riding. Put your helmet on, little man. We out. Keep up. So you make fun out of it, right? If you're with your girlfriend and you're having intercourse with her, right? Now, this only works for people who don't have Samsung watches, right? This for you, it would be gooning, right? But if you presumably you don't have a Samsung watch, which means you might have a girlfriend, or at least somebody who's willing to have sex with you. Where when you do it, don't let them get on top, man. Don't let them get on top. Hit the little on your Apple Watch. Hit exercise. They don't have a sex setting. You can hit other. You know what I'm saying? It knows what other means, right? and then you start doing hit cardio in that. You know what I'm saying? Turn that ass into an elliptical machine. Start doing hit cardio on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some fast strokes, boom, 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 boom. Then slow down. Get your breath. Hit cardio. You do a few rounds of that. Everybody's happy. You need to be sweating on this shit. Non-exercise activity thermogenics, right? So you do whatever you got to do to burn extra 1 to 2,000 calories a day. If you do that plus, plus the diet, right? Boom, you'll be shredded in no time. I promise you will be shredded in no time. If you're going to be doing all this exercise, and especially if you if you're cutting the starchy carbohydrates, you want to get more water, right? So you want to drink more water. Drink a gallon or 2 gallons of water. I drink 2 gallons of water a day when I'm cutting, but you should drink at least 1, right? You should drink at least 1 gallon of water a day, and you'll just feel better. Your brain will work better. Everything will feel better. At least 1 gallon of water a day. Supplements for cutting. There's a few of them. First and foremost, you gotta get some caffeine. You gotta get yourself some caffeine. I love caffeine because remember, caffeine doesn't burn fat, but it helps you burn fat in multiple ways. For one, it's a potent appetite suppressant, meaning you won't be as hungry, right? Because remember, you have to burn more calories than you consume to burn fat. So if your appetite is suppressed, you won't be compelled to consume more, right? That's how you got fat in the first place. All right. So up your caffeine dosage. And caffeine also gives you more energy, right? So now you can burn more calories, right? I'll take a pre-workout before I hit the trampoline park. That's how kids be ending up. That's how kids end up crying at the dodgeball shit when they on opposite sides of me. Because I done took 400 milligrams of caffeine. I'm out there, whoa, let's go. Knocking heads off, and then your own tolerance. I take 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, but that's not advice. That's a lot. Andrew Huberman says he takes 800 milligrams of caffeine per day. We're probably a lot bigger than you. I'm 200. I'm like over 200 pounds, 6'2". You skinny fat. You don't need as much. You probably don't need as much caffeine, and you ain't been abusing it like I have since I was a kid. Right. So just up your caffeine dosage. If you want to, if I would take 2 to 3 milligrams of caffeine 2 to 3 times a day. Right. And don't worry, it won't fucking kill you. The lethal dose of caffeine is 10,000 milligrams. Right. You're taking less than a gram. Right. Less than 10%. Some people say when I say that, sometimes people are like, oh man, but if you're taking 10% of the lethal dose, that can't be good for you. Now, that's not how toxicology works, right? If you drink a gallon of water a day, that's fine. That's like normally prescribed for fitness enthusiasts. That's more than 10% of the lethal dose of water, right? You can die from drinking too much water, right? But it's like, that's just not how toxicology works. If you get a little bit of something, it can be good for you. But if you get like way too much and it's bad for you, like vitamin C is good for you in the appropriate dosage, but it's toxic at higher dosages, right? I digress. Caffeine. If you want to take it to the next level, you're also going to need to up your electrolytes, especially if you're on the meat and vegetable diet. You're going to have to you're going to have to up your electrolytes. So sometimes when people stop eating carbs, they say, man, I just lost energy. The reason they lost energy is because their electrolytes are low, right? So if you get your electrolytes up, you'll feel great. Because the thing is, when you cut carbs, you start losing a ton of water weight fast, which actually helps you look better, right? This is why physique competitors and pro bodybuilders, they always dehydrate themselves before show because you actually look better, right? So it's not negligible, but you're going to lose a ton of water weight. But with that water weight, it's going to flush out your electrolytes too, and you got to replace them, right? So you can drink some LMNT a few times a day. You can add extra, if you like me, you putting hot sauce on everything that has a lot of sodium. You can drink sugar-free Gatorade Zero, something like that. Or you can just, if you're drinking a big thing of water, you can actually just add salt to it, but you got to up your electrolytes, potassium, sodium, and magnesium. All right. You got to turn them up. Right. So if you're on that if you're on that meat and vegetable diet, don't worry about too much salt. The more, the better for you. And every time you feel bad or weak, get yourself some salt. Sometimes, before LMT came out, I would steal like the little salt packages from McDonald's or something like that. And I keep those on me and I'll put those in like some water. And then after I drank that, I felt a lot better. But I keep like LMT on me for that reason right now. All right. Now let's take it up a notch. Another thing you can get is what's called ketone esters. There's one that I prefer. It's called ketone A. That's different than the ketones that you buy at like Vitamin Shop or GNC or some shit. The esters are way more powerful than the salts, the ketone salts you buy a Vitamin Shop. Now, if that's all you can get, then get those. That's fine, right? But the ketone esters, that shit tastes awful. It tastes like garbage, right? But listen, I ain't never tasted gorilla piss. But if I had to imagine what they taste like, it tastes like Ketonade. But you get like so much more energy and so much mental clarity. The reason that works is when people are on a ketogenic diet, they're not getting glucose, right? Because your body typically runs off glucose when you're eating carbohydrates, right? However, in the absence of carbohydrates, your liver will make these things called ketones, right? And these ketones be the new fuel that your body runs off of, as opposed to glucose, right? But there's an adaptation phase, right? So sometimes when people go on keto, it's like it takes them 2-3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks for them to start to get into ketosis. Then they start feeling better, but sometimes they feel like shit that initial adaptation phase. If you take ketone esters during that phase, or even the ketone salts during that phase, right, you get these exogenous ketones and you start to feel better and have energy, right? And even if you eat carbs, you can take ketones and get more energy. It'll just be another energy source for you, right? So those help a lot. All right, let's take it up another notch. This is where it gets serious. All the bitches should leave. Now, there's nothing else for you in this video. There's this shit called Bronade. Bronade is an asthma medication. You got to go behind the pharmacy and ask for it. Say, yo, let me get that Bronade. She's going to ask for your ID to make sure you ain't breaking bad. I don't know if they make meth out of it or something. But if they did make meth out of it, that would make a lot of sense. Because when you take Bronade, you're going to get tons of energy. And the reason you're going to get tons of energy because the main ingredient in that Bronade is something called Ephedra. Ephedra used to be in every fat burning supplement when I was a kid in the 90s. Back during the Clinton administration, if you went and bought any fat burner, it had Ephedra in it, right? And Ephedra is a potent fat burner for 2 reasons. For 3 reasons. One is it will dramatically suppress your appetite to the point where you might forget to eat. You might not eat enough if you take in Ephedra. Like when I see people shooting up Ozempic, all Ozempic does is suppress your appetite. You could have did that with some Ephedra, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, it's going to give you tons of energy, like a ridiculous amount of energy. Maybe too much, right? Maybe too much, right? And the reason I say maybe too much because they banned it from being put in bodybuilding supplements because some niggas died or something. But if memory serves me, they died because, man, I don't even want to make this shit up. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to do this anymore, right? Greg, hold up. Why was Ephedra banned from being in bodybuilding supplements?
So Ephedra was actually banned from being included in supplements mainly due to safety concerns. It was really popular for a while because it was known to help with fat loss and energy, which a lot of bodybuilders liked. But eventually there were a number of reports of serious side effects, things like heart problems, high blood pressure, even strokes or heart attacks in some cases. So the FDA stepped in and said, hey, this isn't safe to be sold in dietary supplements. And that's basically why it got pulled.
Yeah, niggas was dying and shit, right? But however, if you take it and you ain't got no fucking health problems, no pre-existing conditions, you'll be fine. And you can still get Ephedra from the pharmacy. All you got to do is go to the pharmacy, say, yo, let me get that Bronade, asthma medication. It's basically all Ephedra. And you can still get it, right? And it suppresses appetite, gives you a ton of energy, just like Skynet just told us. Right. And it does another thing that helps. It actually helps you burn fat because fat loss is a 2-part process. There's lipolysis and there's oxidation. Lipolysis is when the fat cells are broken down into fatty acids, and oxidation is when your body uses those fatty acids for energy. Right. Ephedra has been proven in a number of studies to accelerate the rate of lipolysis that occurs when you're in a deficit, right? So it accelerates lipolysis, which is the first part of fat loss, right? So it's helping you burn fat in 3 ways, plus giving you tons of energy, and it feels great. You want to take that 2 or 3 times a day with the caffeine. Oh, now it's a double whammy, man. And if you do that with the ketone esters, if you do that with the ketone esters, then you got what I call the keto illegal stack. The reason it's illegal is because it's not supposed to be put in dietary supplements. It's not supposed to be put in fat loss supplements. We making our own fat loss supplement, the keto illegal stack. Right? Motherfuckers been getting ripped off that shit for decades. I'm on that shit right now. Yeah, right before I started filming this shit, I took a pre-workout, some ketone esters, and some Bronade. That's why this shit was so lit. That's why you love this video so much. Because I had all them performance enhancers prior to it. Right? And it's fucking 8 p.m. right now. I'll take pre-workout for anything. Pre-work, pre-sex. Yo, take the keto illegal pro tip. Take the keto illegal stack before sexual intercourse. Because one, you're going to burn more fat when you're in that vagina. But it's also going to increase performance, right? If you ain't had sex on, at least on pre-workout, then you basically a virgin. If you ain't had sex on, but if you have been having sex on pre-workout, like I've been telling you to do for years, now you need to have sex on the keto illegal stack. Yeah. She gonna be sore, but she gonna be sore, but you're gonna be the star of her group chat tomorrow. The topic of the conversation. So 2 to 3 times a day, 2 to 300 milligrams of caffeine. You can get that in pre-workout form, a Celsius and a half, whatever, you know. 1 Bronade and a shot or 2 of ketone esters. Boom. All right. Do that until you're ripped. Right. Keep doing that until you looking like Creed. Keep doing that till you looking like Creed 3. Right. Or you're looking like Zac Efron Baywatch. Or you looking like Brad Pitt Fight Club. I'm telling you, you need to get ripped. Because in Fight Club, Brad Pitt, this motherfucker's 5'11", little fella, right? And he was like 160 in Fight Club. Motherfuckers be talking like this is, right? And yeah, he was 160 in Fight Club, but he was ripped. He was shredded, right? And then after that, once you get lean, then you bulk. It's going to look way more impressive. And something special happens when you bulk after a cut. It's almost like your body's sucking up all them nutrients. And it feels like you can put on mass faster after a cut, like immediately after a cut. Like some of these motherfuckers want a reverse diet. They want a reverse diet. Listen, maybe if it's Pride Week, you can do some shit like that in solidarity for your father, right? But the truth is, I'm always bulking or I'm cutting. No fucking reverse dieting. Ain't no maintenance. That's gay as hell. Can you say gay as hell on YouTube?
You'll know by next week.
We're about to find out. We're about to find out the hard way. Pause. All right. So bulking after a cut like this, man, is going to be amazing. Right. And you're going to bulk until your abs start to fade. Then you go right back onto this cut. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to learn how to bulk, I got another video all about it, about how to bulk and put on as much muscle as fast as possible. Go watch that video right now. All right. I think we got Greg coming through, but yo, let me answer like 1 or 2 super chats because there's like 30 of them. You cool, Greg? Give me a thumbs up if that's cool. Greg's cool, man. I fuck with that dude, man. It's my dog. Me over, yeah.
We have Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Eli is down 50 pounds in a healthy relationship and is making $150K a year at 25 with no kids and no life. Inflation. Still pushing my old Honda Civic. Thanks to your advice, big bro. I'll see you on a first class flight night soon.
Hey, let me take a picture of this. Man, we doing God's work out here. Let's go. Shout out to the homie Eli. He in Canada. So there's that.
Freedom Lands. How would you apply your keto diet in a third world country with no canned goods, no multivitamins, and only seasonal crops and meat from local farms?
You probably don't, homie. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like you in a situation, Mr. Lands, where you gotta eat whatever you can get, man. like I don't know if you could be picky. That's what it sounds like to me, man. You out here living off the land. You know what I'm saying? My man out here hunting and gathering. That's what it sounds like. You know, you probably don't, you know? Like if I'm in a situation, I mean, you know, I'm rich, right? So I typically don't find myself in these situations. But if I was ever in a situation where I couldn't do keto, then I just wouldn't do keto. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be happy about it, but that's where I'd be, you know? I mean, yeah, you probably don't. Maybe you can. Hey, my girlfriend, man, she was just in a third world country. How would somebody do keto in the Dominican Republic, babe? Babe, how would you do keto in the Dominican Republic? I know y'all be living out off the land and shit. What?
There's everything in DR, right? They have eggs. They got chickens running all over the place.
When y'all get eggs?
What?
When y'all get eggs?
Bro, there's like a bunch of people that have just chickens in the back of their yard.
That checks out. That makes sense. No, that's matter of fact. Now that is how I pictured it. Motherfuckers with livestock in their backyard, you know.
They got pigs in the backyard.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you can eat the chickens besides just the eggs.
Oh yeah. No, I believe that. We
got avocado trees.
That's right. Yeah.
Definitely get some steak. You got cows all over.
You got to kill them yourself?
No, there's a bunch of restaurants.
When y'all get restaurants?
You know, if you go to DR, you would know. If you finally decide to go, you would see that it's amazing.
I've been reluctant to go to DR or anywhere where I can't bring my pistol. Oh, can somebody give me? Listen, I know you know somebody. You know somebody who can give me a gun? Maybe one of your aunties can let me borrow one of her pistols.
They all have guns. They all have farms. They all have guns.
Even that makes a lot of sense.
Corner stores have rifles.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That checks out. Okay, nah, that's exactly how I pictured it. A war-torn farmland. So you can do keto in the third world is what you're telling me. Sound like that's a yes. Man. All right. There you have it, Mr. Lance. Either go kill some chickens, start raising some pigs, get you a rifle for your corner store. I think we did some good work here. Is there another one on here?
Your girl never took you to DR. No. He does not want to go. And by the way, we have 2 guns in the house in DR.
Only 2 though?
Boy,
that doesn't sound safe.
I think we're ready for Greg.
All right, let's bring Greg in here. The market update. Sorry. Yo, what up? It's your boy, Big Granite Carter, a.k.a. King Keto, and I'm here with Greg, young Candlestick, certified market technician. My man got a Series 65. He ain't just some motherfucking guy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just some fucking asshole. He's legit. I'm just some guy. All right. And we're going to give y'all the market update today, man. What's popping, homie?
What's good, Brandon? There's a lot
Chilling.
going on in the market, and the market's approaching all-time highs, and we have a critical economic report tomorrow. We're going to be getting the jobs data. And so basically tomorrow is going to be like a big earnings announcement for the S&P 500. It's either going to pump a lot or it's going to dump. And so I want to break down the charts and show you guys kind of what's going on. And if we take a look at the S&P 500 over here, can I share my screen over here?
Yeah, man, please.
There we go. Okay. So if we look at the S&P 500, look at this big update today. And on Tuesday, I was basically saying, hey, I'd be neutral / bullish for this week up until Friday. I should have just said bullish because it's just going straight the hell up. There are almost no sellers in the market. If you take a look at the smaller time frames, they're just tiny, tiny little dips, and it just keeps getting gobbled up. And call options were actually really, really underpriced, meaning the market makers had to scramble to hedge their delta. So basically at every given moment in time, there's a range that's priced in to the market. That's over all the options expirations. That's how options are actually priced, is based off the volatility of the stock. And today, call options were just stupidly underpriced. Like this SPX call option, $50 turns into $2,000. Like, and there's so many examples like this. I was noting during the day, yeah, guys, market just looks bullish. It probably just kind of chops and floats higher, but it started to ramp up. And you can see some Victory Trades members making 740% just on like the commentary. I personally didn't catch that, but they caught 1,000% gain. Here's $20 into 200, $30 into 300. And it's absolutely crazy. And so this is what's called a gamma squeeze. And gamma is the rate of change at which the market is moving. So basically at first, it starts to kind of just slowly go up and then it starts going straight up. So that means there's a lot of call buying going on in the market and there's short sellers that are just getting fisted. Every single bear just keeps getting cooked on like every single little pullback. And what I'm looking at on the daily time frame is we're approaching all-time highs. If the market's bullish tomorrow and has a bullish reaction, it's probably going to continue. But
and there's a lot of sectors in all-time who they hit all-time highs today, man. XLF hit all-time highs.
I was just about to bring up.
Yep, XLK. Oh, XLF is the financial sector. ATF is the financial sector. XLY hit all times. Consumer discretionary.
It's right there, almost at all-time highs, but it's
almost there. XLC though.
XLC
fisted through all-time highs. Remember we talked about that last week.
Yeah. I was saying, if you guys miss Google, just check out XLC. You're going to get Google and Meta.
Yeah, and it's way up, man. Google's XLC is way up, man. So we had a few sectors. There's some other sectors that are struggling, but those are the ones that I can see that I saw that hit all-time highs.
And we can break those down, but I want to go back to the financials because financials can thrive in a rate cutting environment. Yeah. When rates get cut, there's a lot more lending that gets done for the banks, and the banks can get that interest. Even if it's just a little bit of a margin that they have, the banks can really start to benefit. So if the market's bullish tomorrow, I'd like 1 to 2 week long call options on XLF. So bullish on XLF, the KRE, the regional banks. This is stair-stepping higher. That it could likely hit 68 to 70. So I look for a 3 to 5% up move on the regional banks. One stock that I want to go long on is SCHW. This is Charles Schwab. Thinkorswim is owned by Charles Schwab. Think about all the trading commissions that go on. Bro. 50 cents here, 50 cents there. They're collecting all of that. And it's a lending institution. This is also a bullish chart. So SCHW call options, long shares. That's a trade idea. If you guys want to capture the market rally, JP Morgan is just now breaking out to all-time highs.
Wow.
Goldman Sachs looking really bullish. So financials just look super strong. Wells Fargo is a bit overvalued, but this could potentially pop to all-time highs. the way the market's moving right now, it's looking like they want to squeeze shorts for a brief period of time. But after that, there should be a decent correction come late September.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to say due for it because trends can continue for a long period of time. AI is super bullish. People are just accumulating stocks. There's just some storm clouds showing with these bearish divergences. And so it's a tricky spot kind of to be a swing trader in the market because you can buy high and sell higher, but just know that your risk to reward gets thinner and thinner every day that it goes up. And the risk of a big drop increases, especially if there isn't any meaningful pullback. So if the S&P 500 takes out 635, it could probably drop down to this 628 to 620. I would be doing a lot of heavy buying if the S&P ever dropped down to 600 SPY. That'd be a 7 to 8% drop. That's a decent drop.
That'd be intense. Like that's the kind of shit where they'd be like, you watch MSNBC or some shit and they're panicking and it's like sounding alarms and shit.
You'll see the YouTubers come out of the woodworks.
Yeah,
too.
everybody with a thumbnail like, and there's gonna be all the thumbnails with fire in the background.
Even without the crash, those thumbnails still tend to do better. Fear sells more than just, market's gonna make another marginal new all-time high. You know, like it's not that interesting. You know, stocks like Google, all-time highs. That's my largest.
Google's going crazy.
I know. It's all I can say is if it's too late to buy it, even if it goes higher. All you just got to do is just wait for it to get oversold. It may take a few weeks, months. It may take a year, but just wait.
And it's funny, man. Remember, like we were like, I feel like a month ago, we were like, "What's up with Google, man?" You know?
Yeah, why is it lagging? Why is it doing nothing? Yeah. And just to clarify too, like this is where all the bad news was coming out. The antitrust lawsuits, governments getting involved with Google. That's when Google was trading at 150.
Oh,
and you know that bad news was some of the best buying opportunities. Now the good news is getting released. Is this a sell opportunity? Perhaps for the short term. Long term, though, I'm just holding on to my Google. Okay.
Yeah.
If the market ever does go bear and there's just the VIX starts to spike, you see volume coming in, sellers start actually breaking supports. I do like QQQ puts, but just short term. Long term, I'm
really.
Yeah.
That's ballsy, man. Shortening this environment.
Oh, that's only if they actually start breaking down and confirming. You need to see the VIX actually start to wake up because QQQ has that higher beta. So on down days, it'll have a bigger down day than most stocks. And of course, I was talking about one of my favorite stocks to short, Cisco. I closed that Cisco short 69 down to 68. It wasn't a big win, but some cash. Look for puts on Cisco if the market starts to actually wake up to the downside. Time will tell, though, on that. We've been talking about gold. First red day since mid-August.
Man, we've been telling these motherfuckers to buy gold for months.
I know.
Buy gold.
But
how much? Like, what do we have to do? Like, I wish we can. I wish we can put guns to their head, take their money, put it in their brokerage, and then execute the orders on their behalf. We can't. All we can do is scream, buy gold.
You know, if I ever become a registered investment advisor, you can join the advisory firm. And if you're put in the riskiest asset class or the riskiest category of people, I could do gold calls for you in your account. I can do it straight for you. But yeah, gold, I'm still bullish long term. If you miss the gold run, shame on you, but that's okay. You
missed the generational run, Playboy.
I made a public YouTube video saying, hey, there's not that many confidence setups where I make a single video just to buy calls on one asset class. And it was gold. If you miss the gold run, that's okay. Wait for a retest.
Wait for a pullback.
Yep.
I think it's going higher.
Oh, yeah. I mean, gold, I think that it hits $4,000 an ounce by the end of 2026. That's only a stone's throw away. That's like 10 to 20% higher from here.
So so I'm buying all pullbacks.
Yeah. Basically just pullbacks into support areas. And that's as simple as it gets. So Bullish gold, if you want a little bit more diversity, I'm long on WPM. This is just wheat and precious metals. So it's just a little bit more diversified than gold. It's going to have less risk, but then also less reward. Okay. So that's WPM. I am bullish on Bitcoin long-term. Short-term, it just looks dead. Like not going anywhere. I don't have a strong opinion on gold or on Bitcoin, but long-term, I'm leaning more and more bullish by the day. There's only so much Bitcoin in supply. Maybe Nav's on to something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish too. I'm in it. I'm in the gold trade. I've been, buying the ETF, man. We out here.
Yeah, I think just dollar cost averaging into IBIT, wheeling IBIT, wheeling ETHA, and then maybe some leap call options if it can actually get oversold in time. I think that's a great alternative asset class, a great store of wealth. That's not financial advice, just something I'm looking at. If you guys are looking for another short setup that's kind of uncorrelated to the rest of the markets, look at oil. I think oil can drop just another probably about 5% over the next 1 to 4 weeks. So it could happen as soon as next week. It could take a month. But I'm looking for a 5% drop in oil. You can buy USO put options to profit from that, or you can just simply buy SCO shares. These go up when oil goes down. Okay. So that's another trade idea. In terms of earnings, Lulu reported earnings. Lulu got its ass whooped. AI was correct on this. It was neutral / bearish.
I'm wearing Lululemon right now. I couldn't pump the stock.
No,
I couldn't pump the stock.
Yeah,
I'm wearing Lululemon. I wear Lululemon joggers almost every day. And my endorsement did not help out the stock price. I'm not Sydney Sweeney.
No, not yet.
Apparently, I'm not Sydney Sweeney. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you see how like American Eagle's up 25% ever since she dropped that ad?
Oh yeah, I was also about to say their earnings absolutely crushed it today. Call options turned like $30 into $1,000 today. Like,
how much is it up today?
It's up 38% in one day.
That's crazy. And this I think listen, man, this chick moves product.
No, definitely. I think if you need to get as famous as Sydney Sweeney, you got to make a really good movie. Okay, let's make a good movie.
And I got to get some titties, man.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Hey. How bad do you want it? That's what I look at myself. How bad do you want it, Brandon?
How bad do you want it? I mean, it's amazing how celebrities really can affect stocks. Like Netflix is doing that with a lot of their shows and movies.
Oh yeah. Celebrity, that shit is celebrity driven. Netflix is celebrity driven now. Back in my day, Netflix used to mail you DVDs. Some of these young kids don't even know what a DVD is, And but like that, isn't that crazy? Like how much revenue did she produce in that ad? Like think about how much they probably paid her, and then think about the return on that investment.
I'd say they made a good business decision.
They made a good business.
Good business
decision. Jesus Christ.
I mean, and then Trump endorsed it too. He's like, it's a hot ad. He was into it.
Yeah, he was.
You're like,
listen. One thing I know about Trump. Say what you want about Trump.
He likes women younger than him.
Trump likes ladies. Remember, I don't know if you've seen it. There was like an African news person or something, a media person came to the White House. And he was like, yeah, you're very beautiful. Where are you? Like fucking straight flirting with this African reporter. On TV.
On TV. No. He was at a rally. I
would have called a Me Too for. You know what I'm saying?
He was at a rally and he was like calling a woman up onto the stage and he was like, she's hot. She's hot.
You're married, sir. Yeah, listen, man. I guess when you the leader of the free world, man, your wife can't say nothing about you publicly flirting with bitches.
He's expressing his opinion,
Hey, listen, man, he campaigned on free speech. He's not going to be censored, not even by his wife.
No.
All right.
But speaking of Netflix, by the way,
I can say that my girl could be in another state. And if I said some shit like that, I feel like a chancleta would like just fly out of me at me out of nowhere, man. I had to be like George Bush when he was dodging the shoes. You ever seen that?
I don't think I have, but I'm visualizing it.
I'm gonna pull it up for you. But keep going. I'm gonna pull it up. Y'all never seen George Bush? Yo, listen.
Show me.
Listen. Keep going, man. But George Bush dodging the shoes was fucking epic shit, man. My nigga looked like Neo in the Matrix. The young kids don't even know who George Bush is. All right, check this shit out. Shit is lit. This shit is fire. You ready? He's speaking, just chilling. He and Neema's home. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you see that first one though? Look how smooth that is, man. He slipped it. No, we gotta look at the first one. We got the first one.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? That was smooth.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, especially for an old ass man. That agile. That shit was smooth.
Our presidents need to be that nimble now.
Yes, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He was our president, Greg. He was our president. Yeah, he wasn't. George Bush was former president of the United States, Greg. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Our current president.
Our current president. George Bush dodged the bullet, homie. Trump dodged the bullet, homie.
That's true.
Just grazed him, allegedly. All right, let's get
that was interesting. I wasn't expecting to see that.
Yeah.
But that's what you would need to do if you were flirting with another woman.
Yeah. I had to dodge. Yeah, I probably had to dodge the bullet.
They got a 6'10" for a good reason. I was bringing up Netflix though, because we were kind of talking about movies and celebrities, and I'm friends with a lot of other money managers. I'm not going to give out too much proprietary information, but when I was at a CMT conference, he was like,
talking about Ken,
you've got to get in on Netflix. Not enough people are bullish on it, and I kind of got to agree, especially now based off the chart setup. It's starting to break out. If the NASDAQ remains strong, Netflix probably retests all-time highs and further. There's something about Netflix where it's got a really strong trend. And it's breaking out on the RSI. It's breaking out just now. Keep an eye out on Netflix. Okay. Netflix,
all right, yo, listen, who told you that? Was that Ken Griffin?
No, not Ken Griffin. I'll say his name. His name is Jamie.
Jamie Dodson?
No. I can text you later. No, not
it wasn't Jamie Dodson, the president of fucking Chase.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He also told me, Greg, you got to go long on AVGO, Broadcom. This is back in April when the stock was at about 160. Stock is now up 101%. I bet his fund is crushing it right now.
Wow.
So look for long setups on AVGO, on Netflix. He was also telling me that he likes SoundHound, SOUN. So maybe you can wheel that if you like. Okay, it's at that price point where you can wheel pretty easily.
I never even heard of that shit.
I believe that they create the mimicking voices of people. So like you can match your voice. Well, I still need to do some more research on that. AI accurately predicted that Dell was going to have a bearish report. We made like $800 in the Trade Ideas channel with Victory Trades members on that.
All right.
And then it was also bearish on Bull. Weeble stock. Weeble stock dropped 10% in 2 days. And so that's kind of
that's a Chinese company, right?
What?
That's a Chinese company, right?
Yep, Chinese company, Chinese owned. Right now, China, I did take a long position on China near this 39 level. So I am slightly underwater on it, but I do think that China can gravitate higher if it doesn't break the support. Okay. You have stocks like Baba getting big breakouts, now reversing just a bit. You got PDD starting to find some higher low supports. So keep an eye on China. I'm not super bullish on it. I'm just treading water.
Yeah. You investing in communism, man?
I know, right?
I thought you was a patriot.
I'm not putting my shares into it. I'll just buy some call options. I feel you though. I prefer. Did you see that Jubilee where it was Patrick Bet David versus it was capitalism versus like anti-capitalist. He
Nah, I ain't
schooled
watched it.
everybody. He schooled everybody. It was highly entertaining.
Yo, Nima got the biggest smile on his face right now because
Really?
Patrick's from Iran, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so Nima, man, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nima's about to shed a tear watching that shit.
No, definitely. Much
You know what I'm
respect for him. He's
saying?
cool.
Like a tear of pride.
Definitely. PBD is cool. I think he helps out a lot of people.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Pat, man. I ain't never been on the show, but
Yeah.
I've been on they fucking bootleg the version with the other show with the homie with the homie South. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I think you got a super chat, Greg.
Oh, let's check it out. What we got? Greg, if Bitcoin doubles overnight and BBC's IBIT covered calls get exercised, then is it cooked? No.
When was the last time BCC doubled overnight? I don't know. I mean, maybe back when it was like a few cents, you know, like it might have doubled. Is there like it's got such a big market cap? It's like if it doubled, like it's at $200,000 tomorrow. Yeah. Listen, you know, that would be one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Like that'd be up there with like I've seen a few crazy things. I saw 9/11. I saw I'm trying to think of something else crazy. I saw that's on that level. I saw 9/11.
Oh wait, your dad.
I saw the in 08 when the global financial markets crashed. And I saw the Cubs win a fucking world championship after 100 years of losing, right? If Bitcoin doubled overnight, it'd be on that level of like, whoa, I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it doubling overnight, the Bears have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I just don't see it happening.
The dollar would have to pretty much collapse in one day for Bitcoin to double overnight. Like like some crazy catastrophe in the United States dollar.
It would have to. If Bitcoin doubled overnight, that means something really bad happened.
Yeah, like,
and then people are just that means that nobody thinks any other asset, because it's like the third largest asset class right now, right?
I'd have to double check.
It's pretty large asset class, right? And like for one asset class to double overnight, that means that people are panicking.
Yeah,
it's like not a good thing. That means that people don't have no trust in no other asset.
No, yeah.
The
dollar would have to collapse because it's denominated. I think the dollar would have to collapse,
like, and then that would mean
the only way.
Yes, and so my covered calls would be the least of my concerns if that happened.
Exactly. Plus, we have call options, and those would absolutely print. But in that case, the actual dollar.
But printing for what?
Yeah, exactly.
Print for what? Right? Because I have to exchange for dollars that are worthless now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even then, at that point, what are you going to exchange the Bitcoin for? How are you going to actually like transact it?
Nah, if that happens, the only thing that's going to be of any value is fucking ammo and firearms.
Commodities. Gold might still have some value.
Man. Livestock, wheat. Yeah. You got a question, homie?
Yeah. Another crazy event like that, though, Brandon, was when oil prices went negative during C19. There was so much supply of oil because everything was just stopped.
Well, they was paying you to take oil.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
For a brief second. It was kind of tough to trade, but
yeah, I'd imagine.
Freddie's Gym, he's saying, hey, Greg, can you check out Lunar long term? Yeah, let's check it out. So LUNR. Lunar, interesting. So this is kind of a depreciating asset. Graph goes from top left to bottom right. It's in a bearish breakdown formation. What I want to look at real quick on Lunar is see if they don't even have a Morningstar report. So what I double check is getting the fair value of this. This is Intuitive Machines. So space products and services in the US. Okay. Delivery services for the transportation and delivery of payloads such as satellites, scientific instruments, and cargo. I would just say for this, you kind of need to let a new trend form. So higher highs and higher lows. Right now it has lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, lower low. It's just kind of all over the place. What you could do on this on LUNR is you could maybe wheel it if you like it. It's at that price point where you could get 1% a week, 2% a week. If you're willing to buy 100 shares at 8, you can sell 8 strike cash secured puts. And you can sell covered calls. But I'd have to do more fundamental research on this. The stock looks not so good right now. Like, look at all the other stocks that we've discussed. This does not look like that.
Yeah, I'd probably stay away from that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you, real quick, before we get out of here, have you checked out Perplexity Finance?
I don't believe
it's not a stock. It's like it's an AI platform. So Perplexity is an LLM. And it has different functionality because it's like a search-based LLM. It like finds stuff on the internet and then gives you a consensus. But check it out, man. They came out with a finance tool. Okay, it's pretty legit, bro.
I'm gonna have to check that out because that could make us all a lot of money.
It's pretty legit, you know. As far as like researching, it's like the poor man's. Somebody was saying it's like the poor man's Bloomberg terminal.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, Bloomberg terminal's pretty good.
That shit costs like $30,000 a year or some shit.
Yeah, one of the other money managers was saying, "Yo, you got to get the Bloomberg terminal. It's good." I'm like, okay.
It's $1 billion company. They sell one product. You know what I'm saying? It must be pretty good. All right, man. Listen, guys. If you want to trade with us every morning, so you join Victory Trades. You can trade. We trade futures every morning. We don't trade with our own money. We trade with prop firm. We use Apex Trader Funding. If you want to get Apex, use code Victory Trades. You get the best deals. And but you could trade with us every morning, but you also get Greg's trade alerts straight to your fucking phone all the time. I've made so much money off Greg's trade alerts, option stuff. And when you join Victory Trades, you can learn about options and stuff, some of the more complex stuff that we do, because he has courses in there that show you how to do everything.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow morning, Brandon.
Victory Trades. All right, bro. See you in the morning. Peace. If you join Victory Trades, you can trade with us tomorrow morning. We have a good time, man. We make a lot of money. It's lit. All right. I think there's a lot of super chats. I think we need to get into them. That's what I think. Yep. Oh, you're taking pictures of the sunset again. Donde está mi novia?
Yeah, I was getting dinner.
Yeah.
All right, we got Jonas.
Yeah.
We have Jonas Ortega. How do I gain mass with weighted calisthenics? Only getting strength increase at the moment. Do I need to do lower reps?
I never understood why guys want to only gain mass with body weight exercise. Like I really can't. I can't see any advantage to deliberately placing limitations on yourself. Like the reason weights are more advantageous is because you have more control over manipulating the load, right? You can. It's more effective for that reason. I can't think of any advantage of doing just body weight unless, of course, you're poor. And you can't afford a gym membership, then I get it, and yeah, I just don't see the advantage of it. Now, I will answer your question. And his question was, how do I gain mass with weighted calisthenics? He's only getting straight and crazy. It's probably a diet thing, bro. At this point, it's probably a diet thing. You got to make sure if you're not tracking your calories and your macros, then listen, if somebody's not tracking their calories, I don't even take them seriously when they ask me for advice. That's the first thing I ask. Are you tracking your calories and macros? And they say no. And I'll be like, oh, the fuck did you expect, man? Like, how do you think this shit works? You know, it's so you might not be getting enough protein, bro. And the thing is, we don't know. So every time I say that, somebody's like, man, I eat good. I eat this. I eat a lot of like, yo, but we don't know how much, bro. Like, good, you know. So it's probably a, because if you're doing weighted calories, I mean, you can gain mass that way, but you probably need to track your diet, track your calories and macros. Almost all your fitness problems, all your fitness goals, all your fitness problems will be erased. All your fitness goals will be so much easier to accomplish, like so much easier to accomplish, if you guys would just start tracking your calories and macros. I promise you, it's like one of those things. Like, damn, if I could just get you to do this, your gains would skyrocket, whether it's fat loss or muscle gains. Like, you will improve so much. It's like this is why before I went on TRT, not everybody, but a lot of people were saying, oh, he must be on roids. He's on roids. No, man, I track my calories and macros for like 20 years. You know, it's so, of course, if you do that, you're going to get results that are above average. You know, man, I just wish I can get you to do it. I wish you guys would believe me. Just do it. But alas, you know, if you're serious about, if you want to gain the most, if you're serious about gaining mass, go to the gym, man. Like, start working out, start lifting weights. You know, if you're dedicated to this weighted calisthenics, you at least gotta track your calories and macros. All right. What else we got?
We have Steven. What are your thoughts about doing prolonged fast for 2 to 3 days, once every now and then, or 1 meal a day to speed up weight loss?
I'm not a fan of 1 meal a day, but every once in a while, I'll do 2 to 3 day fast. I'll do between 24 hours. The most I've ever done was 72 hours. 72 is a little overkill for me. I think 48 is probably the sweet spot for me. 48 hours, 2 days. And it depends on how much weight you want to lose. Like, for me, I do it like, if I'm about to go on vacation or I'm about to shoot some content and I feel like I'm not as ripped as I want to be. If I want to get like more ripped fast, then I'll do something like that, like for a quick fix. But if you got a significant amount of weight to lose, then yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people have success with that long term for losing a significant amount of weight. I've read about it, you know, like I've read about it, but I haven't seen it happen in reality much, you know. I mean, you could do it if you want, but yeah, if it won't hurt you if you're trying to lose weight. I say it won't hurt you, but it's difficult for a lot of people to sustain. So if you have a lot of weight to lose, then I don't know, right? If you just want to get ripped for a fucking vacation or a show or a wedding or some photo shoot, then yes, it's perfect for that. All right, what else we got?
We have Leo with another $10.
Back at it, man. What is that? A ninja? Is that a Ninja Turtle riding a horse?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's lit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
We have Unknown. With the meat and vegetable diet, how do you know how much to eat? Is there a set amount, or you just can eat as much as you want?
You can pretty much eat as much as you want, man. Like, honestly, because the food is not calorically dense enough to put you in a deficit. I mean, not calorically dense enough to typically put you in a surplus. You know, nah. Like, everybody I put on that, they started losing weight. The weight just started falling off, and their skin looks better too. Like, there's something about, man. I know what it is. It's like when you have a lot of glucose, it's inflammatory, and that's why people break out and shit. You know.
We have Colton. Been keto low carb for a year and a half. Went from 245 to 175 pounds. Shit, I like your content because I get some ball knowledge and a laugh. LOL. Keep doing you, B-Car.
Come on, man. Let's go. Let me take a photo of that, man. That's what's up. He lost a lot of weight, man. Man, you don't have to be keto to lose weight, for sure. There's a lot of people in great shape who eat carbs. But man, keto is awesome. It's fucking amazing. You feel better, look better.
We have unknown YC. What do you think about leap calls on UNH?
Oh, Greg's gone, but I'll dissect this while we hear UNH. Oh, give me a second. Let me set up the chart. I have way too many indicators on my chart, so just keep that in mind, guys. You're gonna be shocked. Oh yeah, this right here, United Health Group, United Health. I do not like to look at this chart. I'm gonna be honest with you. They got earnings coming up on the 25th. The last earnings report. No bueno. When's the last time these motherfuckers beat earnings? That one was bad. This one was. Yeah, I'm not liking the look of this chart, bro. That's like a real breakdown. And it's dramatic. You know, like from the highs, it's down. What? 27%. I mean, if you talking about like leap calls, if you bullish on this long term, but I do not like to look at this chart, bro. I would stay away. Personally, I would stay away from this. Greg likes this security, but that chart is terrifying to me. All right.
Not a super chat, but we're gonna end it here with Amir. I got my first 10K month. Brandon, I just want to thank you, man. Your videos and tips helped me a lot. Yo,
congratulations, man. Let's get it. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you. All right, y'all. Listen, this is another episode of that Victory Talk podcast. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll holler at y'all.